Besties, I haven't done a cooking video in a while, so come make dinner with me. This recipe is super easy. I love to keep these ingredients on hand because this dinner is so fast. We're going to make fettuccine Alfredo. To make this, you just need a stick and a half of butter, some noodles, some minced garlic, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, a pint of heavy whipping cream, olive oil, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and onion powder. Start by boiling your water and then add your noodles. This is the longest part of this recipe. A large pot, you're going to add a stick and a half of butter and we're going to let that melt. We want this fully melted, so I have it on medium heat. When it looks about like this, we're going to add in 2.5 heaping spoonfuls of minced garlic. After we add that minced garlic in, I'm going to start taking apart this rotisserie chicken I got. Just going to take some of the white meat off of it and cut it up into little cubes like this. This is an optional step to this recipe. You can also make your own chicken if you prefer that. So once we have that minced garlic cooking a little bit in the butter and the butter starts to boil, we're going to add in a pint of heavy whipping cream. I can't remember if I said that in the ingredient list, but that is an important ingredient in this. You're going to give that a good stir. Once that is really good and stirred together, mixed together, we're going to add in our seasoning. We're going to add a good amount of Italian seasoning. I don't know measurements on this, just add a good amount. And we're also going to add a pretty good amount of garlic powder as well. Then I just put a little bit of onion powder just because I like the way onion powder tastes, but that is really kind of an optional ingredient. You don't have to add that in. We're going to give this a really good mix, and we're just going to let that heat up a little bit. When you start to see a few bubbles in this pan, you're going to lower the heat a little bit, and then we're going to add in our cheeses. In the meantime, I'm going to start getting out this Texas toast. I'm going to bake because this recipe goes by so quickly. Literally the longest part is making the noodles. So I'm going to add 1 full container of shaved Parmesan cheese. I have a bag of mozzarella and we're going to use about half of that bag. We're going to give that a good stir as we're putting it in. We're going to start with the Parmesan and just kind of stir that in there. Once we have this good and stirred in the Parmesan, then we're going to put that half a bag of mozzarella cheese in it. Once we've done that, I did add just a little bit more Parmesan. It's up to you. Now she is going to be thick. She's going to be thick. Do you see how thick she is? Look at how thick she is. Look at that cheese pool. One thing about this is you need to consistently stir this because that cheese will burn to the bottom, even on a low heat setting. So just keep stirring, just keep stirring, just keep stirring until it is a thin consistency and until your noodles are done. When your noodles are done, strain them. Don't add any butter or olive oil. Just get the water out and then start putting them into your fettuccine Alfredo sauce that you made. You can add the chicken before or after. It's entirely up to you, but that's it. It is such an easy recipe, and I tell you, if you try this, it is so delicious.